It's 3:17 a.m. You are wide awake. Again. You stare at the ceiling, your mind racing. You check the clock, do the frustrating math. If I fall asleep right now, I can still get 3 hours. But sleep doesn't come. You hear the house settle, the distant hum of the refrigerator, and with every tick of the clock, a familiar wave of anxiety rises. Why can't I just sleep? If this scenario feels painfully familiar, you are far from alone. More than 50% of adults over the age of 60 report chronic difficulty with sleep, a condition we call insomnia. It's a silent epidemic that steals our energy, fogs our minds, and impacts our health. For decades, the common advice was to simply accept it as a normal part of aging, or worse, to rely on sleeping pills that often leave you feeling groggy and can lead to dependency. But what if the solution isn't in a bottle? What if the off switch for your racing mind has been with you all along? Today, we are not just going to talk about sleep. We are going to dive deep into the biology of why sleep becomes so elusive after 60. We'll explore the hidden hormonal shifts and the neurological loops that turn your bed into a place of anxiety instead of rest. And most importantly, I will teach you 4 simple, science-backed breathing techniques. These aren't folk remedies. They are powerful physiological tools designed to manually take your body out of stress mode and put it into rest mode. One of these techniques is so effective, many people report feeling drowsy in as little as 2 minutes. Stop fighting for sleep. It's time to learn how to breathe your way to rest.
Part 1. The biology of insomnia after 60. Before we can fix the problem, we must understand it. Why? Why does sleep, which came so easily for most of our lives, suddenly become so difficult? It's not your fault. Your body is undergoing 3 profound changes. First, your internal clock is winding down. Inside your brain, you have a master clock called the circadian rhythm. It controls your 24-hour sleep-wake cycle. As we age, this clock simply weakens. The signals it sends to your body, it's dark, time to produce melatonin, get sleepy, become fainter. The result? You feel less sleepy at night, and you're more likely to wake up in the middle of the night, your body's rhythm simply drifting. Second, your hormonal balance is shifting. I want you to think of 2 hormones, melatonin and cortisol. Melatonin is the hormone of darkness. Your brain releases it when it gets dark, making you feel sleepy. After age 60, your body's peak melatonin production can drop by 50% or more. You are, quite literally, running low on your body's natural sleep-inducing chemical. Now, let's talk about its evil twin, cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It's designed to wake you up in the morning and keep you alert. Here's the cruel twist. As we age, our cortisol levels often begin to spike in the middle of the night, around 3 or 4 a.m. This is why you wake up suddenly, your heart pounding, your mind instantly wide awake and worrying. Your body has just been hit with a natural wake up now chemical at the worst possible time. And this leads us to the third and most vicious change, the anxiety loop. It starts simply. You have a few bad nights. You start to worry about not sleeping. You get into bed and your first thought is, I hope I sleep tonight. That thought, that worry, is all it takes. Your brain interprets that anxiety as a threat. It doesn't know the difference between a real danger and the fear of not sleeping. In response, it floods your body with adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart rate quickens, your breathing becomes shallow. You have just activated your fight or flight system. You are now, biologically, prepared to run from a predator. And in that state, it is physiologically impossible to fall asleep. This is the trap. The more you worry about not sleeping, the more your body produces the very chemicals that prevent sleep. So what about the common fixes? Many people reach for a glass of wine or an over-the-counter sleeping pill. The problem is that these are blunt instruments. Alcohol, for instance, may make you drowsy, but it absolutely destroys the quality of your sleep, specifically REM sleep, which is vital for memory and emotional processing. You wake up feeling unrefreshed. Prescription pills can be a temporary lifeline, but many were never intended for long-term use. They can create dependency, and in many cases, they induce a state closer to sedation than true restorative sleep. The real solution, the sustainable, healthy solution, is to learn how to get out of that fight or flight state. Your nervous system has two modes. The fight or flight system, known as the sympathetic nervous system, is your gas pedal. But you also have a rest and digest system, the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your brake pedal. When you are stressed, anxious, or wide awake at 3 a.m., your foot is floored on the gas pedal. You cannot think your way to sleep. You cannot force your foot onto the brake. But you can breathe your way there. Breathing is the only system in your body that is both automatic and under your conscious control. It is the back door, the manual override to your entire nervous system. By changing the pattern of your breath, you can send a powerful, undeniable signal to your brain that you are safe, that there is no threat. When you do this, your brain flips the switch. It turns off the fight or flight gas pedal and gently applies the rest and digest brake. Your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, your muscles relax, and your mind finally gets the all-clear signal to drift off to sleep. These 4 techniques are your toolkit for flipping that switch.
Part 2. The 4 techniques to manually flip the sleep switch. I want you to find 1 or 2 of these that feel right for you. You don't need to master all 4. You just need one that becomes your reliable tool for calming your mind. Technique 1. The 4-7-8 relaxing breath. This is perhaps the most famous breathing technique for sleep, popularized by Dr. Andrew Weil. It's often called a natural tranquilizer for the nervous system, and for good reason. It works by focusing on a very long, controlled exhale. Here's the science. You have a massive nerve in your body called the vagus nerve. It runs from your brain all the way down to your abdomen, and it is the main highway of your rest and digest system. When you exhale slowly, you physically stimulate this nerve, which sends a direct signal to your heart to slow down. It's like manually pumping the brakes. Here is how you do it. The entire process is done breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Place the tip of your tongue on the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth. You will keep it there for the entire exercise. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound. Close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth, making that whoosh sound for a count of 8. That is 1 full breath. Let's walk through it again step by step. Tongue in position. Exhale completely. Now, inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through your mouth with a whoosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You will repeat this cycle for a total of 4 breaths. The most important part of this exercise is the 7-second hold and the 8-second exhale. The ratio is what matters, not just the speed. If 7 and 8 seconds is too long, you can speed it up, maintaining the same ratio. Inhale for 2, hold for 3.5, exhale for 4. But the 4, 7, 8 count is the goal. Common mistakes. The most common mistake is not keeping the tongue in place. This simple physical anchor makes a difference. Another is breathing too forcefully. This should be calm and gentle. When you first start, you might feel a little lightheaded. This is normal. It's a sign that your body's oxygen-carbon dioxide balance is changing. It will pass as you practice. This technique is incredibly powerful. Dr. Wild recommends using it to fall asleep, or even if you just wake up in the middle of the night. 4 cycles are often all it takes to feel a profound sense of calm. Technique 2, box breathing, the Navy SEAL technique. If your mind is racing with anxious thoughts, lists, worries, memories, the 4, 7, 8 breath might be hard to focus on. This is where box breathing comes in. It's famously used by Navy SEALs to stay calm and focused in high-stress situations. Why? Because it's rhythmic. It gives your anxiety loop something else to do. It forces your brain to focus on a simple, repeating task, counting to 4. The science here is about cognitive disruption. You are breaking the cycle of anxious thoughts by replacing them with a simple, neutral anchor point, the count. It's a form of active meditation. As the name suggests, you are visualizing a box with 4 equal sides. Each side of the box is a 4-second count. Here is the pattern. It's all done through the nose. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 4. Exhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold the air out for a count of 4. That is 1 box. Let's walk through it. Find a comfortable position. Exhale all the air from your lungs. Now, inhale through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the air in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the air out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Continue this pattern for 1 to 2 minutes. You can do this lying in bed. Common mistakes. The biggest mistake is tensing up during the hold phases. Your shoulders will want to creep up to your ears. Consciously relax them. The hold should be gentle, not strained. The second mistake is rushing the count. Try to make it a slow, steady count. Box breathing is my personal recommendation for when your mind is the problem. It doesn't just calm your body, it calms your thoughts. Technique 3, diaphragmatic or belly breathing. This isn't so much as a technique as it is relearning how to breathe the way you were born to breathe. Watch a baby sleep. You will see their little belly rise and fall. This is diaphragmatic breathing. It's our body's natural, most efficient way to breathe. As we age and experience stress, our breathing becomes shallow and moves into our chest. This chest breathing is a hallmark of the fight or flight response. It's inefficient, it tenses your neck and shoulders, and it signals anxiety to your brain. Diaphragmatic or belly breathing does the opposite. It engages your diaphragm, a large muscle at the base of your lungs, to pull air deep into your lungs. This slow, deep breathing is the body's ultimate all-clear signal. It tells your brain that you are 100% safe. Here is how to practice it and make it your new normal. Lie on your back in bed with your knees slightly bent and a pillow under your knees if it's comfortable. Place one hand on your upper chest and the other hand on your belly, just below your rib cage. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Your goal is to make the hand on your belly rise while the hand on your chest stays as still as possible. This means you are breathing down into your stomach. Exhale slowly through pursed lips, like you're gently blowing out a candle. As you exhale, you should feel the hand on your belly fall. Let's try it. Place your hands. Exhale completely. Now, inhale through your nose and push your belly out into your hand. Feel it rise. The hand on your chest should not move. Now exhale slowly through pursed lips, letting your belly fall. The goal is to make your exhale twice as long as your inhale. So you might inhale for 3 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds. The number one mistake by far is moving the chest. We are so used to chest breathing that it's an automatic habit. That's why your hands are there. They are your teachers. Focus all of your concentration on making the belly hand move and the chest hand stay still. At first, you may even need to gently press your belly out. This breathing is fantastic to do for 5 to 10 minutes before you even try to sleep. It sets the stage for deep relaxation. Technique 4. Progressive muscle relaxation with breathing. Sometimes your mind is calm, but your body is not. You're holding on to tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your back, and you don't even know it. You cannot be physically tense and mentally relaxed. The two are linked. This technique, PMR, forces physical relaxation by first increasing tension and then releasing it. When you pair this with breathing, it becomes profoundly effective. Here is how it works. We will move through the body, tensing one muscle group, holding it for 5 seconds while you inhale, and then completely releasing it as you exhale. We'll do a shortened version here. You'll want to be lying down comfortably. Feet. Inhale, and as you do, curl your toes downward as tightly as you can. Tense your entire foot. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now as you exhale, release all the tension at once. Feel the warmth and heaviness flow into your feet. Notice the difference between tension and relaxation. Lower legs. Inhale, and as you do, tense your calf muscles. You can do this by trying to point your toes upward towards your head. Tense them. Hold. 1, 2, 3. We are about to move on to part 3, where we'll discuss how to turn your bedroom into a sleep sanctuary. But first, a quick pause. If you have found the explanations and techniques so far to be clear, valuable, and helpful, please consider taking a moment to click the subscribe button below. Our mission on this channel is to provide clear, science-backed health information for our community. Subscribing ensures you won't miss our future videos on everything from joint health to cognitive longevity. Thank you. Now, let's talk about your environment. Part 3. Beyond the breath, creating a sleep sanctuary. These breathing techniques are your emergency tools. But to win the war against insomnia, you also need to prepare the battlefield. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary dedicated to sleep. These breathing techniques help your internal environment. These next 3 tips perfect your external environment. 1. Master your light. We talked about melatonin, the sleep hormone. Its production is controlled by light, specifically blue light. The kind that comes from your phone, your tablet, and your TV is the most potent melatonin blocker in existence.
Looking at your phone at 10 p.m. is like telling your brain it's 12 noon. It's digital daylight. It shuts down your natural sleep-inducing chemicals. The rule is simple and non-negotiable. No screens for at least 1 hour before bed. Read a physical book. Listen to calm music. Talk with your partner. Do anything but look at a screen. This is the single most important piece of sleep hygiene you can practice. 2. Control your temperature. Your body is programmed to sleep when it's cool. To initiate sleep, your core body temperature actually needs to drop by a couple of degrees. Many seniors make the mistake of keeping their bedroom too warm. This actively fights against your body's natural sleep process. The optimal temperature for sleep, according to studies, is surprisingly cool, between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. It may feel cold at first, but it signals to your brain that it's time for hibernation and deep rest. 3. Build a wind-down ritual. Your brain loves habits. It loves signals. You can't expect to go from watching an exciting TV show 1 minute to being fast asleep the next. You need a buffer zone. A wind-down ritual is a 30-minute sequence of events that you do in the same order every single night. For example, at 9:30 p.m., you turn off the TV. At 9:35 p.m., you brush your teeth and wash your face. At 9:45 p.m., you get into bed and read 10 pages of a book, a real book. At 10 p.m., you do 5 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing, technique 3, and then you turn out the light. By doing this, you are training your brain. After just a few days, by the time you start brushing your teeth, your brain will recognize the pattern and already begin releasing melatonin, preparing you for sleep. It's classical conditioning for a good night's rest.
Part 4. Your new path to sleep. We have covered a lot. We've learned why our bodies betray us at night, the weakening circadian rhythm, the loss of melatonin, the spike of cortisol, and the vicious anxiety loop. But more importantly, you are now armed with a powerful toolkit. You have the 4-7-8 breath, a natural tranquilizer to slow your heart. You have box breathing, a mental anchor to stop a racing mind. You have diaphragmatic breathing to return your body to its natural state of calm. And you have progressive muscle relaxation to command your body to let go of tension. You don't need to master all 4. You just need to find the one that feels right for you. Tonight, I want you to pick one, just one, and practice it. Combine it with a good sleep sanctuary, no screens, a cool room, and a wind-down ritual. Sleep after 60 does not have to be a nightly battle. It is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and you have the power to reclaim your rest, starting tonight. Before you go, I have a question for you. We are all in this together, and your experience matters. Try your favorite technique tonight, and let us know in the comments. Which of the 4 techniques will you be trying first? Your answer might just inspire someone else in our community to find the technique that finally works for them. Thank you for watching. Breathe well and sleep well.